guys, this is Heidi with Kiddos Corral, and today is another Sunday Simple Supper. Now, however, the most time-consuming thing is all the chopping that you have to do for this, but this soup I found a couple weeks ago, and I made it, and there is none left. So I decided I'm going to make it again. It's a very rich soup, so some of it, or most of it I should say, I'm actually going to freeze in the freezer. But what you see in front of me right now is all of the ingredients that you are going to need to make this soup. This is a type of soup that I love to have on hand because if I don't, want to take the time on Sunday to make something, this will keep in the refrigerator. You could even make it as far ahead as Friday and it still would be absolutely wonderful. You could freeze it and portion size it for lunch. You can put it with some warm crusty bread, some wheat crackers, whatever you prefer. You could serve it along with a side salad. So I'm going to show you exactly what the ingredients are in the soup. Okay, so in the back you're going to need, and I'll put how much in the description box, but you're going to need heavy whipping cream. You're going to need butter, garlic. You're going to need carrots, parsley, kale. You're going to need sausage. This is sweet Italian sausage links, which I have cut into little tiny pieces, as you can see here. You're going to need 1 large onion diced. You're going to need potatoes, which you can see it kind of overdid my bowl here, but that is for my potatoes. You're going to need 4 or 5 slices of bacon, crispy and already cooked, and you want to reserve your bacon grease because when you start out your pot, the very first things that's going to go into your, that was my coffee pot going off, by the way. The very first thing that you are going to do is you're going to fry up your bacon and put your grease into the pot with your butter, which is back there, and your onion and your carrot. And you're going to start by cooking the onion until it is tender. And that will be the first part. So I already have my bacon grease reserved into the pot. I'm going to get it hot, add my butter and my onion and my carrots, and then I'm going to get that started and show you what that step looks like. Then you're also going to need some stock. This is vegetable stock, but you can also use chicken. You can use any type of stock that you want. As you can see, I found this on sale very, very cheap, and since I was going to use it right away, I knew it was a great bargain. So let me get this started, get the pot rolling, and I will show you guys exactly the next step. Okay, so I got my big giant pot here, as you can see, because this makes a good bit. But in here I have my baking drippings, 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 large diced onion, and now I'm putting in my carrots. Now what you want to do is, at this point, you want to cook your, looking for a spoon. You want to cook your onion until they are translucent and nice and clear, or at least tender. So you want to get this moving around in here so it doesn't stick or anything. And so this is the first part, and then I'll be back for the next part. Okay, so my onions are done. And I'm about to put my broth, and I decided to use chicken broth today. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Whoop! See if it clears up. There we go. I'm just adding 2 boxes of chicken broth to this. And I also left out an ingredient. You're going to need some dried thyme. And you're going to need 2 tablespoons, or I think it's 2 tablespoons, but a couple tablespoons of flour. Like I said, I'll put the amount in the description box. But what you're going to do is, at this point, is you're going to reserve a little bit of this broth and put it in the couple tablespoons of flour and whisk it good, which I have it right here. So I just want to put enough in here that I can whisk it together so there's no lumps. And then once I get that whisk together, I am going to add that to the pot. So I'll come right back when I get done with that. Okay guys, so I added the garlic, the bacon, the potatoes, and I also added a little bit of stock that I reserved with the flour in it at this point. And now I'm bringing all of this up to a nice simmer. I'm also going to throw in my sausage, just like that. That sausage is going to make it really, really good. And you're going to want to cook this until you are satisfied with the tenderness of the potato and you know that your sausage meat is completely cooked through. And then as soon as this gets up to a good simmer, I'm going to cook it. I'm going to put a lid on it. I'm going to let it simmer for about, I'm going to say it's probably only going to take 10, maybe 15 minutes for this to get done, and then I'm going to move on to the next step and I'll show you what I do then. Okay, so it is simmering and I just turned the heat down a little bit, and now I'm just going to add in my fresh chopped parsley. So once it gets, once the vegetables in here get tender, I will move on to the next, got a little steamy there. Move on to the next step. So my vegetables are tender, and so what is left to do is to add, I'm going to try to do this with one hand. Here we go. Some dried thyme. So I'm adding that now. It's hard to do this with one hand. And then I'm going to add my kale that I chopped up. Now, you just want to put the lid on this. Actually, I'm going to stir it. I'm going to put the lid on this and let the kale cook up to the tenderness that I want it to be. And once that's done, we'll be ready to add the heavy cream. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Okay, so my timer just got done, and I'm really trying not to steam up the camera, and I'm having fun with it because this soup is really steamy. So as you can see, my kale is, excuse me, sorry, my kale is nice and tender, my meat is all cooked, and now my next step is to add 1 cup of heavy cream. So I'm going to add that. And then all that's left is some salt and pepper. And once I salt and pepper it and this heats all the way through, we are ready to enjoy. So I will show you what it looks like when it's all cooked up and we're getting ready to eat. So I'll be back. Okay, so my soup is finished and I'm about to enjoy this really yummy dinner, and it is chilly outside, so this is an awesome way to get warmed up. And I have to say, you know, I know it has bacon in it, it has heavy cream in it, it has sausage in it, but there are ways that you can make it a little bit lighter. You can use turkey sausage, for instance. You can use turkey bacon, you know, if you prefer. So there is some ways to make this a little bit of a lighter calorie. Also, it can be lighter because it is very filling, so I probably, honestly, the size of this bowl, only get through half of it because it's a very heavy soup. But I love kale. I like finding new ways to use kale because I know that kale is really good for you. Carrots are really good for you. And my kids love it, and so it's a great way to get some vegetables into them. So I hope you enjoyed this Sunday Simple Supper, and I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. And leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this recipe, and if there's anything that maybe you could suggest for me to fix up in some future videos for Sunday Simple Suppers, or ideas for other videos. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will be talking to you again soon. Bye.